Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright, I'm your oyster, baby, you're my pearl.
Billy, 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 do you love me?
I do, Dom, yes.
Billy, 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 do you care?
I do, Dom, yes.
Just check in. Sometimes you need to hear that from a friend, you know.
Sometimes it's good to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, wait.
That's what they say. What does that mean?
I don't know, because horses don't, they just neigh, don't they?
Yeah, you wouldn't think you get a lot of truth from a horse.
Do you remember lovely, wonderful Andrew Jack, who unfortunately passed away due to COVID a couple of years ago? He explained to me the meaning of the word chunder. Do you remember that?
Chunder. Now, you'll have to explain to people because I don't think they use the word chunder in the United States of America.
To chunder in Britain is to vomit, isn't it?
To chunder, to be violently ill.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to chunder. I'm going to chunder. Oh, I chundered all over.
What did Andrew Jack tell you?
Andrew Jack said that in the maritime world, sailing, all that kind of stuff, working on boats, when you're in the crow's nest or up high, you would be fined if you didn't tell people below that you were going to be sick. You would be fined by, your boss. And you were supposed to say, watch out under. But obviously, as you're just about to vomit, chunder!
Very, very good.
Isn't that great?
What I would do when you're up there high, I would just wait till it went to the one side and you'd be over the water, wouldn't you? And then hold it in.
When you did Master and Commander, did they give you an open invitation to climb the crow's nest?
No, we did go up though for one
Did you?
scene. Yeah, there's a scene with me and Russell Crowe up on, and my character, Barrett Bondon, is supposed to have amazing eyesight, can see things.
The hawk.
So the captain, Russell, he says, come on up.
Get up.
And we went up the top, and I had the fear, Dom. I don't, it was all moving, and it was very high up.
But obviously, before the cameras rolled, did they get you up in a very safe, harnessed...
No.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have done it.
We had to climb up, and see, when you get to the bit that you stand on, so you climb up. I'm doing this visually, even though this is an audible sort of medium.
But I'm loving the visuals.
But you're climbing up like this, right? And then when you get to the bit that you stand on, the rope goes out the way.
Nah.
So you have to lean back like bacon.
Yeah, just like bacon, yeah.
Lean back and climb over the thing that you're standing on. And you have to do that, maybe twice or three times as you go up the main sail or whatever it's called.
How was Russell Crowe with heights? Did he seem all right?
He seemed absolutely
Just
fine.
a brawny Aussie bloke. No
Just
problem.
like the captain.
And then you're next to him thinking, I can't embarrass myself.
Can't
here.
embarrass
You're
myself
losing
here.
control of your bowels on the way up.
Do you know what I did, Dom?
What?
I stood near where the mainsail, the mast goes up, and I held on to a piece of rope, what they call, I think they call it a suicide grip or something. And I just held on tight. So from the neck up, I looked like Barrett Bondon looking into the horizon. But see, from the neck down,
Nervous wreck.
I was a 12-year-old boy just hanging on tight.
Wow, lovely story. Hey, let's check in and see where we're at with a little League of Legends update. League of Legends update. We've still not got that graphic yet from Riot.
I think they're working on it. They're spending a lot of time and money on it.
All of this promotion that we're doing for the game. And
How
no
does
one
it go
says-
again?
League of Legends update. Sorry if you guys are listening in the car and that's too loud. Now, last week, I think you very foolishly, very foolhardedly said that we were a small melon
For
in terms
Sean.
of Sean Astin playing, and we've not heard from him since, have we?
Sean seems so into it. He was like, I've got the setup, I've got the computer, I'm ready to go. I just believed him. He's very believable.
Very convincing, Sean.
That's what makes him a great actor, you see.
Yeah, but don't you think, and hello and lots of love to all of our USA listeners out there, don't you think that there is a thing with USA people where if you suggest something to them, they'll go, yeah, I'll do that. They don't want to let people down. Do you know what I mean?
I think that might be a Los Angeles thing.
Do you think?
I think if you were in like Minnesota and you said you want to play League of Legends to someone that didn't want to play, they'd say, no, absolutely not.
I don't know if they speak
It's
like
not
New
for
York
me.
cabbies, but
No way, Jose. I don't like that stuff.
perfect Minnesota accent.
Thank you.
Yeah, But just so we had got to a small gala melon for Sean Astin.
That's
last
what
week.
I thought. But
Should we demote it?
Can I rethink that?
Where are you going to go this week?
I mean, I don't even think it's at a Mandarin.
Smaller. Well, we've gone strawberry seeds is
Right.
nothing and watermelon is top. So for Sean Astin,
I mean, it's
small plum.
It's smaller for me.
Is it? A
Well, we've
large
not.
grape?
I was so excited.
What about a kumquat?
A kumquat.
I love a kumquat.
I never know how to eat them.
Just pop them in your mouth.
With the skin on.
Yeah.
Do you wash it?
Yeah.
Scrub it?
Yeah. I
What?
wash all my fruit with liquid soap. So even an apple, of which I had 4 yesterday. Someone said to me jokingly, "Have you had an apple today?" And I counted them and went, "I've had 4 actually." No gallstones for me, my friend,
That is
because
a
apples
lot.
open up the draining valve where gallstones get stuck.
I'll tell you what, you want to go a bit higher there, Dom.
Uh,
Go.
Really?
Up.
This is where your gallbladder
Yeah.
is? What, your heart?
Yep.
My God.
It's a very close neighbour to the heart.
Wow, I had no idea. I would have put it down here near the kind of digestive system.
No, you're near stuff that doesn't matter down there.
You still have your 2 gallstones, which you've still not made as earrings for.
I do have my gallstones, but I don't have my gallbladder. I lost that.
It's gone. So
I tried to hold on to it, didn't I, Dom? But that's for another episode.
That's another episode. The
That's a whole
adventures-
episode to itself.
Yeah, the
when me
adventures
and
of
Dom
Billy's
went to
gallstones.
North Carolina.
That was the most physically sick I've ever seen you.
I wasn't well.
You'd lost a ton of weight.
I was 125 pounds.
Do you know how much that is in stone for our UK listeners? It's not a lot.
One
is
and a half.
it? I think it's about 8 and
It's
a
not.
half stone.
I wasn't
Something like
feeling
that.
good, Dom.
I was worried about you. Anyway, Sean Astin, kumquat?
Kumquat.
Elijah Wood. I mean, he's even worse.
You made me think of a pomegranate last week. It was lovely, that.
Well, maybe Elijah Wood's a pomegranate seed.
That's exactly what he is. One hiding behind one of those yellow sour bits.
They're letting us down, aren't they?
They're both letting us down.
Although, to be fair, we've not played League of Legends all week.
It doesn't matter, Dom.
The reason for that is that we're both playing in the same lane, and I'm loving this new character, and I don't want to give away that lane.
You got an S minus.
I got probably my favourite time in League of Legends at the end of last week. I played Teemo in the top lane, got an S minus, woke up the next day, played Lux in support, got an S minus, 2 in a row. 2 different champions. Can you imagine that? Could you just imagine it with your brain?
I can't imagine getting an S. I've never got one.
Really?
Never.
What's the best you got? An A? I've played with you when you got an A.
I think I've only ever got an A once.
Well, good for you.
Lulu.
Ah, she's great, Lulu.
Hey,
Anyway.
So, Elijah, Sean, give us a call. We
Yeah.
know you listen to the show.
Yeah.
Get yourselves on the computer. Let's all have fun in the League of Legends.
Oh, emails and real mails.
Fast as tigers, slow as snails.
Should we get to some voicemails and
Do
see
it,
what
Dom.
people have got to say to us? All right, let's go. Johnny boy, the pipes are
calling.
Hey guys,
Oh.
Ben here from the UK. Fantastic work on the podcast.
Oh, thanks,
Absolutely
Ben.
loving every minute of it.
good.
My question is, out of all the movies that have ever been, if you guys could have been in another movie, potentially together or individually, what movie would it have been? Have you ever sat and watched a movie and gone, oh man, I'd have been great for this part? Thanks, keep up the good work. Love from the UK.
Thanks, Ben. Lots of love to you too.
That was lovely question. Here's what I'd do, Dom. I'm going to cast me and you.
Okay.
I want to be in the Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis movies.
Brilliant.
The Road to wherever.
Yeah.
And in fact, we should remake those.
Yeah, we'd be great at those.
Why don't we do that?
That's if a studio head is out there listening and wants to.
Yeah, if anyone,
Because it-
if there's a studio head in his private plane with the radio on, listening to the Friendship Onion, why don't you remake The Road to
London, the road to Glasgow.
whatever it is,
Whatever.
and we'll make it. We'll make you an absolute $1 billion.
Love that.
Yeah,
Let me think of
I
something.
love those movies.
Yeah, they're great. They're very, very light-hearted
I love
films. I mean, you and I in New Zealand watched The Apartment and we're kind of goofing off on the idea of a 2-men film apartment type thing. right?
Yeah, that'd be good. It's a great film.
You and I recently have been kind of flirting with the idea of doing a play, But another play that I was thinking, which would be fantastic for us to do, would be Glengarry Glen Ross. Because we get to scream at each other.
Oh, you'd be screaming at me, I think.
I think you'd be the guy who really messes it up, and I'd call you
go.
dirty words. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Would you be all right with that? Because you're
Yeah, I'd
quite
be all right.
sensitive.
No, but I like it when you shout at me.
Okay, good. Great question, Ben.
Next.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Dom. My name is Starlet, and my question for you is, did you ever keep anything from any of the 3 movies? Either a prop from the movie, a piece of costume, absolutely anything. I don't know, a leaf from the Shire. And if you did, were you allowed to, or was it one of those, well, like, I just kind of want a souvenir, you know? Really interested to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. Love.
Thanks, Starlight.
I like how she finished it. Love.
I
did.
Go on. Well, I was going to say, there's a myth, isn't there, with a lot of people who are not maybe well versed in the acting world, that actors get the chance to just walk off set with anything that they feel like. It's not like that, is it?
Nah.
You have to maybe put something forward and say, is there a chance I could keep this? Very often I've said to directors or producers, could I take this with me? And say, no, unfortunately you can't, because we're doing this and that. Pete Jackson was very generous with us, wasn't he? We both got our swords.
Both got our swords. The back of our chairs with Merry and Pippin.
Don't know where mine is.
Well, I know where mine is.
Good.
Our last clapperboard for the last scene.
clapperboard.
So we got some lovely things.
Feet? Did you take a pair of feet?
I did take some feet. I've given them away over the years, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know if I took a bag of ears.
Got a bag of ears.
Prosthetic ears.
Yeah, of course. And I got my, which I'm sure, by the way, you could still do now because I'm sure it's on file. I got my first day's call sheet and last day's call
That's
sheet.
brilliant. See, you think of things as things are happening. I don't.
Right.
It's always when it's done, I think, I never got anybody to sign anything.
But you know that you could send an email now and say, hey guys, could you ask someone to just go back into the files? All they need to do is go,
But
day
yours
one.
is the actual one.
Mine's the
though.
actual one.
That's better.
Yeah, it's better. But
I've also got, it was my birthday once, and Vigo gave me a feather
oh, really?
that I think he found on the street. And he says, there's a feather. And I thought, that's very Vigo. I was really hoping for, like, you know, cash or a camera or something. But
Yeah.
Give me a feather that he...
Lovely.
And talking about Vigo, are we any further on getting all of us to be buried together when we die?
Sent Vigo an email this week, but it was not about death and burial. But I could put that as a PS the next time.
If you could, I mean, I think if we just get into his brain and then he'll start thinking, you know what, that would be nice. There were a couple of nice guys.
Nice
and
guys.
If we had to spend the rest of eternity lying with each
Rotting
other,
next to each other on the
with
ground.
worms,
Yeah.
then
Although I think he'd have you just a little bit closer to him than me, because you and Vigo share quite a special relationship.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
we kissed once.
Yeah, you kissed.
That's for another show.
To be honest, I think he kissed you.
He did very, very violently.
Yeah. But you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Starlight.
We'll tell that story on another episode of The Friendship Onion.
Yes.
Here
Hello,
we-
Billy and Dom. My name's Connor. I'm from Wiltshire, England, and I have a question that sort of branches off from Lord of the Rings. Famously, Sean Connery was offered the role of Gandalf and ultimately turned it down, saying he didn't understand the script, which, fair enough. So I was wondering if there are any projects, not just acting related, that either of you were ever offered that you decided to reject, and why, if you're willing, of course. Fan of the podcast, fan of your work, and a little addition, much like the One Ring, League of Legends is fundamentally evil and seeks to corrupt the hearts of men, so please league in moderation. very much.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It can be quite toxic, League of Legends.
It
but
can be.
I think we've got a good handle on it.
Yeah, now that you've stopped shouting at me as if you're in Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, my.
Oh, jeez, his headphones are
That was
flew
too
off.
funny. Oh, God. Well, just to touch upon that for a second, didn't your mate Russell Crowe, wasn't he not offered Aragorn briefly?
Don't think so.
No?
I
'Cause
think
you spoke
he-
to him about it, yeah?
No, I never did actually, but I did speak to Sean Connery about the Gandalf. I was at a dinner with the First Minister of Scotland, and they had a dinner to talk about the arts and what does Scotland need to be, you know, more at the forefront of making movies and stuff. And Sean Connery, Sean was always, we need a film studio, which we did. Sound stages. He'd worked in the greatest movies all over the world, and he knew what Scotland needed. But the First Minister did bring up Lord of the Rings, and I could tell that Sean didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
Because apparently I heard afterwards, it would have been the biggest deal any actor had ever been offered. By the time, because they offered him points on the back.
The gross,
yeah,
right?
It would have been billions of.
So just for you guys to know what that means, lots of times very, well-to-do, successful actors might get offered points on the net, which is when the studio have got all their profits back, and now everyone's in profit, you start making money. When you're really big time, you get points on the gross, which is any money made by the studio at all.
Yeah, because once you're on net, accountants can always say, we didn't actually make any money.
They can fandangle you.
Fandangle it.
But in terms of the actual question, have you ever turned down something or not read something and said, no, it's not for me, and then...
Yeah, I don't want to say the things that I said no to, because then you feel bad for the person who actually did it.
Good point.
There is a couple, but they were always during the Lord of the Rings time, and it was more to do with, I have to get back to New Zealand, so it'd be hard to fit in.
Right.
But
without giving them away,
right.
did they turn out to be successful movies that did well?
Yeah.
Good. And there's no truth in the fact that you were going to play Lawrence of Arabia and Peter O'Toole did a better audition. There's no truth in that?
It was all down to his eyes, apparently.
Sparkling eyes.
Absolutely beautiful.
One of the most beautiful young men ever, right? So there's some shots in Lawrence of Arabia where he wakes up and the light is hitting him in such a way in his hair, you just think, ooh, I'd like to buy you a gin and tonic.
It was beautifully lit.
Yeah, it was. By the sun, I think.
And by lights.
And by lights. Good old David Lean. I'm in the same place as you. I'll tell you something that I didn't turn down, but when I read it, my agent said, there's quite a lot of interest in you for this. And when I read it, I wrote back to my agent and said, this is a piece of Americana. This is like Marlboro Lights or Coca-Cola or a hot dog. I think you need to be truly from the USA to pull off this thing. And that was The Hangover. My agent said it's going to be a huge film. It's probably going to be a trilogy of films. And they want to meet you and they want to talk to you about certain things in it. And I just said, I think this is for USA guys on a road trip. And playing an American, fine. But I think you need to know what it feels like to be an American bachelor. So I said, it's not for me.
And was that to be Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
You'd have been wonderful.
Wouldn't it? That's the end of the voicemails, but we do have other questions here, guys. Do you want to read this one, Bills? The first one.
From Jackie B.
Jackie B in
Frankfurt, Michigan. In episode 3, I noticed Dom's water bottle had a ton of stickers on it. I'd love to get a tour of the stickers, hear stories about which ones are the most important, and represent a great experience. Since he's such a traveller, I feel like there's probably some great content there. I've went very high.
Thank you, Jackie B. We're doing a little 360 now. Yes, this is one of those water bottles that people drag around to force them to drink more water. To be honest, the vast majority of the stickers on here, Jackie, are fruit, because as you know, Bills, fruit is my all-time favourite food, and I eat a lot of fruit. So this is mainly tangerine stickers, apple stickers, banana stickers. You've got a few other kind of things like pineapples and maybe the occasional melon here and there. There's a nice kind of little Buddhist-y meditation thing. Anytime I get a sticker, I put it on, and then here's the trick for you guys at home. Once you get it covered in stickers, you then cover it in sellotape so the stickers won't fall off in your hands.
That's very good.
Was that informative?
So it's mainly for... So you could use that when you're trying to work out how close Elijah is to playing League of Legends with us.
Yeah. Not very close at all.
No, an organic banana.
Here we go, Bills. You want to read this one from
Stephanie? Stephanie in London, who seems like an absolutely dirty bugger. Because wait till you hear this, Dom. Who would you snog marry, or kill? Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas.
I bet we'll answer the same way.
Go. Snog.
Snog. Legolas.
Gimli.
Oh, we're different. Marry Aragorn.
I'd marry Aragorn.
Yeah, of course you would. Kill Gimli.
Legolas.
You'd kill Orlando.
I'd need to.
Yeah.
He's too beautiful for this world.
Yeah, he's hard to be around, isn't he, when you're that cute?
He is. I can't stop looking at him.
Yeah.
I licked him once.
We should try and have him on the show.
Let's get him on.
I would love to get into some of his choices around dogs. Remember, he's made some quite outrageous dog choices. Remember,
Some
we
lovely,
went to
lovely dogs.
when we went to that restaurant, the Real Inn on the PCH.
Yeah.
And he asked the security guard in the car park if the guy would look after his dog, and the guy said no. And he said, "Oh, I'll just leave it in the car. You can just check in on it." And the guy said, "No." And then Ollie said, "All right, I'll just tie it up outside the entrance." And then the dog started freaking out and attacking. Well, not attacking people.
Anyone who tried to enter.
So on the public address system, they had to ask whoever owns the blonde Labrador who's fighting people outside, could you please come get it? And at that point, Orlando had just got his food, and he said to me, "You go get it." I went,
Well,
no, I'm not going to do that.
You should have done.
Yeah, I probably should have. I know my place. Layla? Would that be Layla S? Layla S?
Layla!
From Hot Springs, North Carolina. If you had to describe the other as an animal / insect, what would it be and why? Is there an animal / insect that you have an irrational fear of? Not a respectful, stay out of their way fear of, but a ridiculous, oh, they give me the heebie-jeebies fear. Now, just to pull you up on something here, very briefly, Layla, you won't like this, Bill, because the most pedantic I ever get is when we talk about animals. Insects are animals. So when you say, if you had to describe yourself as an animal / insect, an insect is an animal, so you didn't need to do a differentiation there.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
An animal.
You, to me, have always been a meerkat.
I enjoy meerkats.
They're adorable and sweet and keen to doze in the day. And they're very big on community and cuddly, but they will destroy a scorpion if they see one. And
If I need to.
Reminds me of you.
If I needed to, I would.
Yeah.
You, to me, are a lion. King of the jungle. I mean it. You like your hair to be bouffant.
Oh, I do.
You like to
Mane,
keep
bit of
that,
mane.
and and I like the way you stroll about. No, yeah, I'll give
A
you
lion,
Yeah.
really? Love that. And now, is there any animal that you have an irrational fear of?
I do have, and I know I shouldn't, I do have a bit of a fear of sharks. I'll tell you what it is, Dom. As an animal, there's not much chance of us being eaten compared to other animals. But as a human being, a shark could still eat me.
Oh,
and I
certainly.
wouldn't like to be eaten.
No, it'd be a horrible feeling.
That's
That's so. Remember when I remember calling you up one time and saying, "Hey, Bills, we've got a great opportunity here.
Yeah.
We've been invited to fly to South Africa and free swim with great white sharks.
Yeah.
Just, they're going to pay for everything. Let's do it." And you said, "Absolutely not, under no circumstances."
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I've said that to you a couple of times in your life. Another time was bungeeing. You said, "Let's go bungeeing, we'll do that." And I said, "No." Why? It's not even a discussion.
It wasn't, yeah.
Why would I jump off something?
Yeah.
No.
As a friend, you're normally, if I present something to you, you normally, even if you're not into it, you normally go, "Yeah, well, And then there's been a few times when you've gone, no, I'm not going to do that. It's putting me way too close to death." I go, "Right, okay."
But that's better. You were talking earlier about LA people and saying yes, but then not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no.
I prefer it that way, for
Yeah.
sure. So I know you and your son have picked up for you, surfing again.
Yeah.
Your son has just learned to surf. If you were in the ocean and you saw a glimpse of a shark, would you immediately get out?
I don't think I would now. I think I would sit and I would rationally think about it and think, I'm okay.
Right.
I don't need this. But I wouldn't like to be scuba diving and then see one come out of the darkness.
All right.
That would give me the fear, Dom.
I worked with a lovely lady in Mozambique when we were doing wild things. We were looking for the whale shark, the biggest fish in the world, and we were swimming with giant rays and obviously whale sharks at one point. And she's a marine biologist. She's been working under the water, scuba diving for 25, 30 years. And I said to her, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you? She said, I was at the bottom of the ocean once, not very deep, about 60, 70 feet, working with a seal that was just coming down and picking up rocks and playing with the rocks in front of me and kind of swimming around me and stuff. And she says, suddenly it just disappeared. It was with me playing, boom, it was gone, like a bat out of hell. She's like, what went on there? Couldn't work it out. Turned around, there's a massive killer whale in front of her, still about less than 6 feet, just looking at her like that. What's going on? And she just froze, like, oh my God, this thing could eat me immediately. Yeah. And then that thing disappeared. It was there and it was gone in like half a second. And those things, there's been no documented evidence of it, messing you up unless it's in captivity. But it doesn't matter. That would be terrifying.
Anything bigger than a cod when you're down there is quite scary. Because it's their world. It's not ours.
Yeah. You were at my house yesterday and we were watching Moving Art on Netflix and there was some beautiful footage of whales eating krill. And we were saying that thing has no interest in eating you whatsoever. In fact, if it ate you, it couldn't swallow you, so it would spit you out. But seeing that come at you from the deep, take your breath away.
Really would. But yesterday, when I was at your house, we had to take a picture of ourselves for a thing. And I said, need to put the phone on something. And I saw a white bucket in your corner. And I said, can I put the phone on top of this bucket? What's in your bucket? And Dom said, 2 rattlesnakes. There's not many people you'll meet in your life when you say, what's in your bucket? Yeah. And they'll say 2 rattlesnakes.
And there's a little breathing space at the very top of the bucket. And you chose to put your tripod, one of the legs of the tripod, on the breathing space. And as you were adjusting the leg, I didn't say anything, but I was going to say, Billy, like where you've got your finger and thumb, if the rattlesnake is there, then you're, less than a millimetre away from getting bitten. But I just thought, I'll just leave that because it's not going to help Billy to know that because his hand's there already.
That made my thumb tingle.
Yeah. Last question here, William. About scones.
A question about scones. I enjoy a scone.
I do. Fastest cake in the world, no less.
Scone.
Scone!
Hey!
All right, go on, Bill. Do you want to do it?
Michelle from Canada says, I've visited England and I've had authentic scones before. Would you say scones or scones?
I probably would say scones. What about you?
I think I would say scones as well, yeah. It got me hooked on them. Now, I can say after dozens of mess-ups, I'm pretty proud of the scones that I make for friends for gatherings. However, this causes a dilemma for me. What do I bring with the scones? Do I bring butter or jam? If jam, which type? If butter, isn't that a bit of an odd thing to bring to someone's house? But isn't it even more rude to assume the host will be okay with guests using their butters for the scones that they have made?
She's made some good points here. Mm-hmm. Can I give you my answers?
Go on, please, Dom.
I would forego the butter entirely, and if you can get hold of it, I would get clotted cream. For me, it's clotted cream and raspberry jam. And there's a raspberry jam, an English raspberry jam, or blackcurrant jam, called, I think, Little Tips. That's with a P. Little Tips. Kind of a slightly sharp... For me, I want a sharp jam. Nothing like strawberry jam's great, but that's too sweet. I want something to kind of offset the kind
clotted
of
cream.
Clotted cream. So I would go blackcurrant or raspberry jam with clotted cream, which I'm not sure if you can get hold of it in Canada. You must be able to.
Yeah, I would think so. Canada's very UK based, isn't it?
Anglophile-y.
Would you put the cream on first or the jam on first?
Cream one side, jam the other.
Oh! And if you had baked the scones going to your friend's house, would you take both the clotted cream and the jam?
I would, because I'd feel like that's the whole experience. You don't want someone to say, well, I've made you a cake, but can you provide the icing? You want to bring the whole thing. So I'd say,
very nice.
I'm doing the whole scones extravaganza.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, and I think that would be a better way to arrive at someone's house. But if it was me and I'd baked the scones, I think I'd just arrive with the scones and hope that they had something to put on it.
Right, but then what if you got there and they said, "Oh, we've run out of jam. We've actually not got any butter," and then you've ruined it because they go, "We'll just have a dry scone."
Yeah, and everybody's there. Well, it's really dry.
It's a good question, Michelle.
Very good.
Oh, we've got a few comments on YouTube here. Let's read this one I'm going to try and get your name right here, my friend. Hopefully I don't absolutely ruin it. Shahir. What do you reckon, Bills? Shahir.
I think that was very good, yeah.
Shahir said, there's a comment on YouTube. Please leave your comments on our YouTube channel, The Friendship Onion. And he says, being half Iranian, I really wasn't expecting Iranian cuisine to reach the show so soon. But I'm overjoyed that it has. I'm so happy you gents enjoyed the Koresh-e-Karafs.
Very good, Dom.
And more still, I have to thank you for this segment of the podcast. Though I discovered you gentlemen through The Lord of the Rings, and believe me, I love you guys there, to see you encouraging diversity and multicultural cuisine is heartwarming. Well, share. We love that part of the world, and we love hearing from you.
That was lovely. I loved how you tried to make the last sentence of that much more difficult than it was.
Yeah, I did.
It was quite an easy sentence, but you tried to make it the most complicated sentence ever written. So, guys, if there's anything that you think we would like on Dom and Bill Eat the World, please send it to us at thefriendshiponion@castmedia.com.
Or speakpipe.com/thefriendshiponion.
And whatever it is, if it's something your grandmother used to make in the country that you grew up, or something specific to a town that you know, please, if you have a link to the thing, please stick that in so that we can find it easier. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Look, here's a couple of Apple reviews here, Bill.
Is there? Oh, is it? I hope it's good ones.
Have a look at this one. Go on, you read that one.
Hey, Glorian B says, I got my 1-year-old dog a bed for his birthday. He now carries it all over the house and his coziness wherever he goes. Listening to your podcast in my earbud is like carrying a cozy dog bed around the house.
That's a very cool thing. And that's another thing we were talking about earlier on is if you've now started a tradition when you listen to Bill's and I doing the podcast, whether you listen to it in your garden or maybe you go over to your grandparents, you all listen to it together, maybe you watch it on a Wednesday night or a Friday night with your pals, take a picture and we'll put it up on our social media.
I like that. Someone said to me, they now sit in the garden, they put it on their speaker, they listen to it, her and her boyfriend, with a nice bottle of red wine. What could be nicer, Dom?
Lovely.
So if you do something like that, please take a screenshot of it and tag us at The Friendship Onion, and maybe we'll feature you here on the show. Billy and Dom Eat the World.
Now we're moving into my personal favourite section of the show, but I would just like to shout out all the people that recommended that we do this particular classic beverage from Scotland. So thank you to Janine Neal from Glasgow, Nikki from Yorkshire in England, obviously, Kay from Wellington, that might be Wellington, New Zealand, or it
Probably
could be another
is.
Wellington, and Cada from Stirling in Scotland, who suggested on This Week with Billy and Dom Eat the World to do, Billy,
Irn Bru.
oh, here comes John with a bottle of Irn Bru.
Here comes John. Look at him, isn't he magical?
Wow.
Irn Bru.
Let's get into it. Well, we can talk about all the facts, but just from a personal point of view, what does Irn Bru mean to you?
You can use that, bars, if you want to in your ads. Irn Bru have some great ads. That's one thing they do.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But for me, this is basically the taste of my childhood. It used to come, probably still does, in a glass bottle. And there was always a bottle of Irn Bru. Me and my friends used to play a lot of football, soccer, and there was always a bottle of Irn Bru at the side of the pitch. And everybody would drink the same bottle.
Oh, wow. So you get all those spitty bits in it.
We called it floaters.
Oh, that's not good.
So say you had some and you'd say, oh, Dom, you've left a floater.
Oh, that's
and you don't want to, because by the time it gets to the bottom,
No, you don't want that. The adverts that I remember, and do you know who did the voice for it, or did it change over the years?
oh, I don't know, the Irn Bru.
Made in Scotland from girders.
Made in Scotland from girders.
Now, a girder, do you know
Yeah.
the difference between a beam and a girder?
Oh, do you know?
I found out, I did my research.
So a girder, for me, is the thing that looks like in the shape of an H that's
Okay.
used for building buildings.
Okay.
Building buildings
Buildings. And a beam
is more, I would say, a certain shape like a square or a circle.
I mean, you're kind of in the arena, but you're not quite there.
Do you want me to keep going?
Probably not.
Carry
I'm not
on
sure
then.
if you'll get any closer.
Right.
Basically, a girder is a massive beam. That's the difference. So a beam would be something that you might see in a small ceiling, but a girder holds up a bridge or
yeah.
a building. So made in Scotland from girders means it's made from massive pieces of metal, which can't be true.
And I think a girder would be that colour as well.
Yeah.
For anyone who's just listening and not watching, it is an orange colour,
It's
is it?
a violently orange colour,
It's
right?
and it just brings me right back to my childhood and sharing a bottle with all my friends.
I was thinking about this earlier on, saying that the taste of Irn Bru is a little bit like a mystery drink. But then I thought, well, that's the case with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's a mystery drink, isn't it? And Dr. Pepper, you don't really know what that taste is.
Yeah, it's just something.
It's just something. Is this like a sarsaparilla? Did you ever have sarsaparilla when you were a kid?
I did, but
Is it different?
Different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sarsaparilla is a sort of American thing, I would think.
Is
isn't
it?
Do you know when the first Irn Bru drink was produced?
Go on.
1889.
Wow. Yeah, let's read some of these. Fascinating.
Here's one that I don't think is listed here, but I'm sure is true. There was a thing that came out a few years ago saying that Irn Bru, and therefore Scotland, is the only country in the world where the main soft drink is not made by Coca-Cola.
Right.
I think that's been, people have said, oh, that's not true because, in North Korea, but Coca-Cola is not allowed in North Korea, and the same in Cuba. But I think what they were saying, in countries where Coca-Cola and Coca-Cola products are allowed, then Scotland is the only one.
Really? Because I would clap, as the kids say, clap back
I'd
to
like,
that.
yep.
Because I think Brazil might be another example.
I heard that as
because
well.
of Guaraná, which is another thing that we have to try on the show, which is a fizzy drink made of a Brazilian berry. I think that trumps Coca-Cola.
I think I heard that as well.
Should we give it a little...
Can we?
I'm going to give it a sniff first, because the smell...
Oh, yeah.
It does smell like break at school. It smells like that 15-minute break that you get at school where you drink fizzy pop and eat Coca-Cola bottle sweets.
Oh, yeah. It's
I've
very...
got some on my nose now.
Now, would you drink this in England when you were growing up?
Yeah, we had it in England, and it was popular. It probably wasn't as popular as maybe Coca-Cola, but the other thing in Manchester that was big and drank by a lot of my friends and was huge in my family was dandelion and burdock. do you like dandelion and burdock? Or as the kids used to say when they were kids, dandelion and bird drop. But that's like a strange, spicy... No, he's not having it.
You
All right,
ready?
come on.
Can't wait.
Fizzy.
I'm right back to being 10 years old, though.
I tell you what, it's a very fizzy drink.
See, when anyone arrives in Scotland to visit me who's never been in Scotland before, I'll meet them at the train or the airport, wherever it is.
Oh, excuse me.
First thing we do, fish supper, couple of pickles in there, and an Irn Bru.
When you say pickles, you mean pickled onions, don't you?
I do mean pickled onions.
That was a surprise to me. Fish, chips, and pickled onions on the side. So what would you have a bite of fish and then a little bit of a pickled onion, or would you do it on its own?
Oh, it's all, you just make it do your own thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
A little bit of pickled onion with chips. Oh, an Irn Bru.
I mean, I like a pickled onion.
And
Right,
in
some more
Glasgow,
facts. Go on.
if you see a lot of men going to their work will have the newspaper rolled up, back pocket, suit jacket with a bottle of Irn Bru in it.
It says here, during the 1930s, the drink gained widespread notoriety from starring across Scottish newspapers in the adventures of Bru and Sandy. Do you remember this, Bills?
Never heard of that.
With Bru's character mirroring Sabu from Rudyard Kipling's book. That must be The Jungle Book. The Scottish advertising cartoon was still going strong in the early 1970s, making it the longest running of its kind. Billy Connolly was a fan of Irn Bru. Oh. He mentions it on an album as a great hangover cure. It is a great hangover cure, right?
Everybody has this as a hangover cure.
All the sugar and the, the goodness.
It's very, very good.
It contains sodium benzenate.
Very good for you.
Asafame K.
Which is basically medicine.
FD and C yellow number 6.
Oh, number 6, the best number.
And just as a word of warning, because it isolates this, it does contain phenylalanine.
Phenylalanine.
You shouldn't have too much phenylalanine.
No, but a little's okay, Dom. And this is something that even now as we live in America, me and my wife will go to a British store and buy this, no matter how much they're charging, because it's fantastic, Tom.
Not only that, but you don't care about money because you've got tons of cash.
I wish. Hey, Irn Bru is known for its bright orange colour and unique flavour.
It includes caffeine, which might be one of the things that helps you with your hangover. A little kick. 2 controversial food colourings, Sunset Yellow and Ponsu 4R E124. You know what I would really like to do? I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Visit the factories around the world that make all of the E numbers.
Really?
What is that process? Do you know what I mean?
Is it?
They come in on a Monday morning, they clock in, and they go, right, you go over there, stir that, you make that hotter, you separate that, and by 6 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have E17444. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder what it is.
Who knows? No one knows what it is. Here we go. Irn Bru's trademark application for the brand name Irn Bru dates back to July 1946 when the drink was still off sale because of wartime regulations. The name changed following the introduction of new labelling restrictions which cracked down on a spurious health claim and John's just ruined that. He didn't include the rest of it in there. It used to be called Irn Bru with an O, and then they changed it. They took out the O, and it became Iron instead of Iron.
So it's spelled IRN hyphen BRU.
Iron.
And it is such a part of my childhood, Dom. I can't even tell you.
It's
and do you know
super
what
tasty.
we call it? Like, pop.
Yeah, fizzy pop.
Do you know what it's called in Scotland? All those drinks together.
It's not the same as Messages, right? Which we should talk about at some point.
Coca-Cola, Sprite.
Oh, can I think I might know this. Can I guess?
I think you know it.
Sherbet.
No, but very close.
Go on.
Ginger.
All right.
You see, I'm going to the shops for a bottle of ginger. And I remember once I went home and I was staying at my sister's and I was trying to make a stir fry. This is honestly true. I was in Tollcross Road and I went up to the little local shop and there wasn't any ginger root, in my sister's house. And I ran up and I kind of left the oven on and stuff. So I was running and I went into the shop and I was looking and I said to the guy, "Oh, sorry, mate, have you got any ginger?" And he said, "Yeah, it's all over there, mate." And he pointed to the Irn Bru. And I was like, "Oh, of course it's ginger."
That's brilliant. I love that.
But why is it called ginger?
Was there a gingery fizzy pop at some point back in the
That
day?
was the most popular, like the
I think
only
ginger beer or a ginger ale.
If anyone at home knows why in
pop
Scotland we call pop ginger.
You should tell the listeners, stroke viewers, about the Messages story, because that's a very fun Scottish idiosyncrasy.
Yeah, you don't get that one either,
Not
do you?
really. I don't think anyone gets that.
So when we go for the shopping, like the normal shopping, eggs, milk, bread, etc.
Yeah. The
We-
basics.
we go for the Messages. So if you came to my house, it's made me burp.
It is quite burpy, Irn Bru.
But I don't-
Very fizzy.
I get to taste it again, double taste.
Oh, yeah.
You came to my house.
I'd love to.
And Ali was out, my wife was out at the shops, and he says, "Where's Ali?" I would say she's getting the messages.
What was Irn Bru again? Do you have any understanding of the origins of that?
No. So if anyone at home knows the origins of why Scottish people call it messages, please go ahead.
My guess, and this is probably wrong because I'm normally more wrong than right, but my guess would be back in the day, the corner shop where you did get your basic flour, eggs, water, cheese, and all that kind of stuff, also had a little post office section where you would get your mail. So you'd say, I'm just going to go down to the shop to get the messages, which also includes your egg, flour, water. Well, not water, but cheese. That's my guess.
So other Scottish people would leave you little notes, little messages, like the farmer would say.
Yeah. Enjoy my cheese.
Did you enjoy those eggs? Yeah, maybe.
Someone will know.
Can we give it scores?
Right, let's give it scores.
You know what the headlines are, Dom?
I do now. Number 1, flavour.
Flavour.
I'm going to give that an 8. It's high quality flavour.
Dom.
It's intense though.
I'm not a big drinker of ginger.
Yeah.
Bottles of ginger. I don't drink many of them. I don't drink Coca-Cola.
No,
I don't
never
drink.
see that.
But Irn Bru is my childhood. Dom,
Is it your all-time favourite fizzy pop drink?
out of all the fizzy pops, even ginger beer, everything, Irn Bru, because it's got a history, Dom.
I hear you.
Dom,
I know, I hear you.
I'm giving it a 9.8.
Wow. That's almost maximum scores. Aesthetics. Wow. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than an orange drink with orange and blue packaging. For me, it's a 9.5.
Wow, Dom loves the aesthetics of Irn Bru. I also love it. The only thing that would make it better is if it was the old classic glass bottle.
Yeah.
And whatever the price was, I can't remember. Say it was 40p. You get 10p on the bottle.
Right.
So you would drink it, and then when it was empty, you could take the bottle back and say, give me 10p of sweeties now.
Yeah,
a 10p mixture.
10p mix bag.
And you would get some gums and Chelsea Whoppers. And
So, what did you give it?
I'll give it a 9.2.
Just a little lower than me. And then usefulness. It might fall off a cliff here a little bit.
Dom,
Good for a hangover.
hangover, sharing with your friends during a game of football.
Could you mix this? Do they mix it in Scotland? Do you do like a vodka Irn Bru or a...
I know most people will be like, oh, whiskey, you take it as it is, maybe with a block of ice and all that.
A bit of water.
You go to any woman in Scotland who likes a little whiskey and Irn Bru.
Little drop of Irn Bru in there.
And I don't mind a whiskey and Irn Bru.
Really?
But if it's not very good whiskey.
Yeah.
What about...
But in the pubs, do they not do Irn Bru and vodka? Or
Yeah.
They do.
You put Irn Bru in any of those.
Okay,
any
so, yeah.
drink you want, so that's useful.
Yeah.
What about the lollipops, ice lollies?
Yeah, they
the
do
ones
have,
where you can make them.
Yeah.
Pour Irn Bru in, you've got Irn Bru ice lollies.
Yeah, you're selling me.
Dom?
Okay, it's jumped up. Go on, more. There's more.
A glass scoop of vanilla ice cream, Irn Bru. You get an ice drink there, Tom.
Irn Bru float.
Yeah, what about that?
It's quite versatile.
It is very versatile.
Okay, well, I was going to give it like a 5.5, but with that in mind, I'm going to give it a 7.9 for usefulness.
I could think of a use for it every day of my life. I'm giving it an 8.9.
I'm going to guess that is the highest total score of anything that you've done up to now, Bills.
Up to now, it has to be, Dom. I'm almost weeping at a 10-year-old me running around the football field thinking, oh, I can't wait till the van comes and I'll get a bottle of
Ice
Irn
cream
Bru.
van.
The ice cream van. Kitties was the name of it.
Right.
Ding, da, ding, da, ding, ding, da, ding. Oh, that sounded like a horror movie.
Yeah, it did. It was a bit
Wait a
scary.
minute. Da-da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Mum will get what Irn Bru and see how we see ice cream and Irn Bru and all. Hey, you! That's my effing ball. Something like that.
My guy was called Savories, and he used to do the Teddy Bears Picnic theme tune. It's true. It's true. Anyway, guys, I will just say this finally on Irn Bru. If you're going to seek out Irn Bru...
And you should.
Which you should, and treat yourself to an Irn Bru, please, please, please drink it chilled. For God's sake, there's a massive difference in a freezing cold fizzy pop drink, especially Irn Bru, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Room temperature Irn Bru. No.
Yeah, and it's always cold in Scotland, so we always got it cold.
Good point.
And then, just to finish off, Tom, as I look back at me as a young man there with my Irn Bru from Kitty's van, and I would shout up, we lived up in the Masonettes, and I'd shout up, Mommy! Throw me down a piece, I would say, Dom.
A little bit of money, is it?
No, it's a sandwich. Oh. And my mum would make me a sandwich, wrap it up in paper, and throw it out the window.
Nice. That's amazing.
Delicious.
A piece.
A piece.
Love that. Well, that was Irn Bru. We might have peaked.
I love that.
If you guys have any suggestions for what we should be eating and drinking, and to be fair, Bills, up to now, we've been kind of spoiled. Everything that we've done has been on the upper echelon of yumminess. So if there's something that might not necessarily be yummy, but just bizarre and worth trying, get in touch. Let us know where we can find it, because obviously we're in LA, and it might be difficult for us to find something if you don't give us a little link. Irn Bru, made in Scotland from Curtis.
That's very good, Tom. Hey, now, we've got some music, Tom.
Irn Bru, sorry about that, guys.
My God, that was quite a noise.
It came from the very depths of my soul.
I loved it.
Deep, deep. I think I actually burped out some pain.
Oh, I just smelt it.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey,
On you go.
this song is from Casey, who's in Orlando, Florida. And it's Thundercat with the song Them Changes.
Let's find out if it's funky.
And I can't find my heart. Where did it go? Did I leave it?
Woo!
Wowee, Dom!
I love that. I tell you,
Bop-it-up, boop-it-up, boop-it-up, dib-it-up, bop, 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 bop. That's what I say.
I think we're all hopped up on Irn Bru at this point, guys.
Woo!
Woohoo! Hey, what was I going to say then?
You loved it.
We've got
What?
a Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Called The Friendship Onion. You can find us, our podcast, at Spotify. And then, if you want to listen to all the songs that we are reviewing to see if they're funky or not, you can find our Friendship Onion playlist, where you'll also find this song.
And we'll send another music as well.
Yeah, with each passing week, we'll put other songs on there. Do you know what that reminded me of? This is a bit of a deep dive here. But do you remember back in the day, there was an advert for Soft Mints with a guy called Mr. Soft who was like walking up, Mr. Soft, won't you tell me why the world in which you're living is so strange? That reminded me of the song that might play on that.
I'll give you that, Tom.
Loved
I think
it.
because the guitar had a sort of tremolo thing.
Now that's a pedal, right? You play guitar. So what he's doing there is he's just playing a normal like chords, but the pedal, is it a wah-wah pedal?
No, I don't think it's a wah-wah. I think he's just banged it on and it's affected it. It's
Loved it. That was fantastic.
I really liked it. And what I liked about it as well is I liked the repetition. I liked that he just says, this is what we're doing. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah.
Loved
I like that. There's joy in repetition.
Yeah,
as Prince said,
there is joy in repetition. There's joy in repetition.
Yeah, there's joy in repetition.
Well, from a review point of view, I'm going to give that a Bootsy Collins.
Oh, well done.
High level of funk. Slow funk. Do you know what I mean? If you're dancing on the dance floor to that, you're not like totally getting down at a high tempo. It's more like a groove funk.
I could see you being quite sexy dancing
Thanks,
that. I think you'd get down low.
Oh, yeah, I would. I'd get down low.
You've got good hips for that.
I'm quite hippie for a guy.
I would give it a Mr. Strange from the Soft Mint. I've just taken yours.
No, he's very funky.
And I'll give him a Mr. Strange for that. I liked it. I'm going to listen to the whole thing when I go
we'll
home
listen
today.
on the way back. Casey from Orlando, Florida, thank you so much for sending in your suggestion. Of course, if you guys have a piece of music that you think is exceptionally funky that you want us to listen to and review, get in touch. The Friendship Onion at castmedia.com. That's cast with a K.
And also, you can leave a message at speakpipe.com/The Friendship Onion.
Pow! That was the week in the Friendship Onion, and we will see you the following week.
I think next week we're going to have a guest on, Dom.
Oh, really? Is it a secret guest, or are we going to tell people?
I don't know. I think we can probably say it is, you'll probably remember this gentleman, Mr. Richard Taylor.
Or as we know him, Richard Tyler.
Yeah, from Weta.
From Weta. Richard Taylor is the head of Weta.
And there's nothing he doesn't know about Lord of the Rings special effects, physical special effects, all the masks, the weapons, all the props. Those were the guys.
I think you can make a strong argument to say that Weta are the best special effects company on the planet.
I would say yes.
So if you guys have any questions that you want us to put forward to Richard Taylor about special effects, let us know, and we're going to have questions ourselves.
Richard Taylor is an amazing guy. Please send in your questions. He'll love it.
And we will see you guys
next week.
Toodles!
All the best.